Hi, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Wednesday night webinar, Archangels Connect with Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, featuring Margaret Ann Lembo. Margaret Ann is the owner of the Crystal Gardens, a conscious living store in Palm Beach. She's the author of many titles, including The Essential Guide to Crystals, Minerals, and Stone, The Essential Guide to Aromatherapy and Vibrational Healing, Crystals Intentioned Oracle Deck, and Essential Oils and Gemstone Guardians cards, just to name a few. So please help me give a warm welcome to Margaret Ann.
Thank you, Brooke. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to share everything with you guys. There's a lot to learn, a lot to see. So I'm going to get started right away and look at this beautiful screen presentation. So here we go. Beautiful. So we're going to unveil the archangels for you. But before we get into the archangels, what I would love for you to know or maybe remember is you always have a guardian angel watching over you, seeing you, keeping track of your life. And if you need help, if you're scared, if you're fearful, all you need to do is think the thought, I want my guardian angel to come help me. And this little prayer, maybe some of you grew up with this prayer. Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here, ever this day be at my side, to light and guard, to rule and guide. So tonight, I'm going to get into talking about and sharing with you how you can work with archangels and what they do, what they're for, how to work with them, the specifically Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, your Gabriel and Uriel, and then the gemstones that are associated. So we have some really pretty pictures of the gemstones to help you learn. So here is Archangel Michael, and he's the angel of balance. He's a protector and a defender. And I can see, even though I thought I fixed everything, you can see right up here, over here, Archangel Michael, it says protector and defender. So this is the archangel that you probably know about, and I'm even wearing my Archangel Michael blue tonight purposefully because I like to always have Archangel Michael in charge. He is, in my mind, the head of the legions of angels. He can help you when you have anxiety, if you feel like there's some kind of emotional block. I don't know about you, but some people I know have feelings like that maybe someone has cursed them or put some bad juju on them. And so this is the archangel you would call on to ask him to come and cut those cords, get that energy off of you, away from you, and just drive away bad energy. So, this archangel is also the one that you want to call on to watch over our protectors, like the people that are saving us in emergencies, first responders, policemen, firefighters, and soldiers. He's specifically geared for working with and protecting the protectors. The protector helps the protectors. So some associated archangels. There are so many archangels, and maybe you already know I'm the author of the Essential Guide to Archangels and Saints. And the other archangels that are associated with Archangel Michael are Archangel Jehiel, and he amplifies good vibrations and helps you attract easygoing people, attract nice people. And then Jehudiel. Jehudiel is really good for keeping you safe and sound and protected. So that's just so you know a couple of others. I like to throw in a couple of other archangels here. So let's talk about some of the gemstones. So we're talking about gemstones that are going to help to ground and protect. So to stay grounded and protected, I would automatically go to any of the dark colored stones, specifically black stones. And you can see black onyx that can help you with endurance. Black tourmaline makes you have the force fields up. These are key phrases from one of my books, The Essential Guide to Crystals, Minerals, and Stones. These are key phrases for each one of these crystals. The black tourmaline force fields up. I love to work with black tourmaline as deflecting negativity to like shield it off of you. And that's why I use the key phrase force fields up, not allowing that energy into your space if it's negative. So there's also the obsidians, the black obsidian, gold obsidian, or golden sheen, silver sheen obsidian, and rainbow obsidian. So it's so cool. When you look at this picture that's right here in the center of the screen, you can see that you can see the rainbow one is here and here, and this one is a silver sheen. Excuse me, that one's a golden sheen. You can't really see a silver sheen one here on the screen, but it's really naturally occurring glass that is from the cooling of a volcanic eruption. So it's naturally created glass in the earth. And because it has to do with the bubbling, that's what makes the rainbow or the sheen, the bubbling of the volcano. It reminds me, maybe you, of the energy of dealing with the emotions that are buried deep within your consciousness. And so this is a great stone to work with Archangel Michael when you're dealing with clearing out negative feelings and negative emotions. So snowflake obsidian is a black obsidian stone, same as the other two, except this one has white inclusions. And this is a great stone when you're trying to remember or see the light within. You're dealing with calling on this powerful archangel, and you're maybe need some help in knowing that there is light within the darkness. And sometimes the darkness is what helps to create a contrast. And so we also have just good old fashioned double terminated here as a black obsidian, great void, great mystery. So that's going within the self to know the truth and get the answers. So when we go within ourselves, inside ourselves to know the truth, we can ask Archangel Michael, drop ideas, drop inspiration into my consciousness and help me, help me. So it did it again. Oopsie, I went the wrong direction. Apologize. This is a beautiful piece of shungite here, and that is for detoxification. So also blue stones, navy blue, cobalt blue. That's the ray, the vibration that Archangel Michael comes in on. So angels, I have to back up a second here and remind you, you may already know, angels are beings of light. We may portray them as human looking beings with wings, but basically they're beings of light. And the beings of light have color associated with them. And specifically with the Archangel Michael, it's a cobalt blue ray or electric blue. So some of the stones you can use in conjunction with to match up with that is kyanite, lapis lazuli, and sodalite. So kyanite, it automatically sets you up for being aligned with the divine, aligned within yourself, aligned with the chakras. It's a great stone to use. Kyanite, this is a beautiful blade of kyanite. You can also get it in tumbled stones, like you see the sodalite here. The sodalite is a great stone for helping you stay calm and peaceful, and therefore the key phrase for sodalite is the peaceful intuitive. So that reminds you that you are highly intuitive. And sometimes our intuition comes from allowing ourselves to hear, sense, know that Archangel Michael can whisper in our ears and our consciousness and our spiritual ears to know answers that we need to know on an intuitive level. And then lapis lazuli, excuse me, I'm very uh going a little bit wild here with my cursor. Bear with me. We're going back, excuse me, to lapis lazuli, which is also all about intuition. And this is a beautiful lapis lazuli piece that has pyrite inclusions. Now notice how similar sodalite and lapis lazuli are to each other. And the key difference that for stone identification purposes, is this sodalite has white calcite inclusions, a matrix of white calcite, whereas the lapis lazuli has pyrite flecks flowing through it. So that's one way to differentiate the difference between those two stones. So I was getting ahead of myself, but here's Archangel Michael's more Archangel Michael stones for you. And I like to work with selenite. So selenite is really for divine connection and opening up your consciousness to receive insight and information to come through from higher awareness from the divine. Selenite is named after the moon goddess Selene. It is a beautiful glowy stone, and it shows up fairly good on screen here that it glows. This is a beautiful, and that's a natural glow from within, and that helps you remember your natural glow from within, your divinity. Is very much connecting with your divinity. So Archangel Michael and selenite are a good match. Selenite and kyanite that we saw on the prior screen. So let's go back. Selenite and kyanite match up very nicely together to work together for aligning the chakras. If our chakras are aligned, those are the energy centers of our body, the auric field that we have around us. If the energy centers of our body, mind, and spirit are in alignment, then life is much easier. And it's also easier for Archangel Michael or any archangel or saint to work with us and help us with our life. So charoite is a great stone for working with dealing with chaos and metamorphosis. So when I say working with chaos, it's like using chaos as a positive tool to move forward, move through energy that might be challenging. And that's what Archangel Michael, who is often portrayed, like you see here in this statue. This is one of a picture of one of the statues that we sell at my store, the Crystal Garden. So see, this Archangel Michael here, he has a sword and he's stepping on a demon of some sort. Sometimes it's portrayed with a dragon. Sometimes it's just him with a shield. It's various ways that he shows up. But the reason I bring that up is because it is about dealing with chaos. He does help us deal with chaos. And that's something to keep in mind. If you're having chaos in your life, it would be mindful, I guess, powerful to be mindful to ask, what do I need to clear? That if I'm having chaotic vibrations going on, I need to call in Archangel Michael and clear this chaos out. You can use the gemstone charoite. You can also use where you use a clearing spray or burn some herbs to help. That also is an avenue. And then, of course, amethyst. Amethyst is a great stone to transform and transmute any kind of challenging situation. I like to envision sometimes myself enveloped in a purple orb or oval globe, if you will, around my whole entire body to help transform maybe some challenges that are happening. Now, the thing with archangels, any angel, is you have to ask for help. You must ask for help. They are not allowed to intervene on their own. So how do you ask for help? So you can make a petition where you say a prayer or a petition. You could write it down like you're writing to your archangel, get a pen and pad, or type it into a Word document or in the notes in your phone, and say exactly what you need help with. They are waiting, the archangels and angels are waiting for, I guess, permission is one way to look at it, to step in and intervene. And divine intervention is something that is totally acceptable, except we have free will and they can't do anything unless we ask. So, Archangel Michael, this is a prayer or petition that you can say. So, just focus on your center of your chest with me now. Oh, Archangel Michael, please gather a legion of angels to create and amplify a protective shield around me. Keep me safe. Please ward off jealousy and psychic attacks and amplify blessings and well-being. Help me to be mindful of the energetic connections between others and myself. Motivate me to sever unhealthy cords of attachment. Help people with ill wishes toward me or others turn their focus to self-love and compassion. Help me forgive anyone who acts negatively toward me, known or unknown, and pray to nullify unhealthy or unwelcome energies. Help me overcome vulnerability and empower me to engage my inner strength. Thank you. So that covers a lot, that petition. It really covers a lot. And that you can find that is in my book, The Essential Guide to Archangels and Saints. Now, I also like to use affirmations. And so this is the affirmation I've written. These are directly quoted from my book. Um, uh, so the affirmation I have for Archangel Michael is I like to call him also Michael because they all have L's at the end. I'll digress for a second. So all the archangels except for Sandalphon and Metatron have the L at the end, and they're associated with the Elohim and the Adonai. And so this is a higher level vibration. They're vibrating at a higher rate. So the reason that Metatron and Sandalphon they have ON at the end is because they were twins and they were human and they ascended, went to the heavenly realm, and when they came back down, they became archangels. So Metatron was Enoch, and Sandalphon was, I want to say Isaiah. Hopefully, I'm remembering that correctly. And so other than that, angels and archangels are not human in any way. They're totally androgynous and divine celestial beings that are vibrating at a very high rate and are close to God. All right, here's Archangel Michael's affirmation. I am protected from negative influences. I am mindful of the energetic connections between others and myself. I automatically remove unhealthy cords of attachment that affect me mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Challenging situations are transformed and the good is revealed. I am always divinely protected. That's one of my favorite affirmations. I'm always divinely protected. Only goodness and love are allowed in my space. So when you say these affirmations that I provide you guys in my books, it's on everything I do, all my decks, all my books, all these affirmations, you can just take one sentence from any of them for any reason, whether it's a crystal or an essential oil, there's affirmations can work and in conjunction with the archangels, with the angels, with the saints, and help you realign your positive thought forms so you're thinking good thoughts because our thoughts create reality. Here is beautiful Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael is known as the healing angel, he who heals, or it is God who heals. And you call on Archangel Raphael for healing for yourself and others. Now, the thing about Archangel Raphael is that it's more about when you need guidance to show you how to get you to the right people, the right places, the right situations to get the healing that you need, whether it's a nutritionist or the right doctor or a good nurse practitioner or the right acupuncturist to heal yourself or the right mental health therapist, on all levels. So I did want to tell you a little story about Archangel Michael excuse me, Archangel Raphael, whose ray is green, in case you didn't pick up on that. The color for Archangel Raphael is green. And so I wrote a little story here on the side, but I'll just tell it that versus read it. So excuse me, Tobias was the father, and Tobit was excuse me, Raphael sent Tobit to heal his blindness. So Tobit is the dad, and Tobias was, excuse me, on I etched, pardon me. Tobias went on a journey, and when he was walking on this journey, an angel unawares joined him. He didn't know it was an angel. He just thought it was a companion that he was traveling with, a traveling companion. So that also makes Archangel Raphael a good angel to call on when you are traveling, by the way. He's a patron saint of travelers as well. Not saying patron of travelers. But anyway, so they're walking along the road, and Tobias is like telling him the story about what's going on with his dad, and his father, Tobit, is just so distraught, so sad, so upset because he can't see anymore and he can't do his work, he can't live his life in the way that he wants to. So all of a sudden they stop for lunch. And when I say stop for lunch, they're walking on an ancient road, so they're stopping for lunch at like, let's say, a stream, and they go fishing. And when they fish, and now you can see on this picture I have here on the screen, on the left side of the screen, you see he's holding a fish. And that's because Raphael tells him, take that fish, go back to your father, cut out this part, usually I think it's the gall and gallbladder, go take it and put it on his eyes, and he will be healed. And he was, and that's exactly, he followed. He did reveal to him, I am Archangel Raphael, and I come from God, and I am the one who heals, etc. So anyway, so I did want to mention, in addition to that sweet story, which is one of my favorites from the Book of Tobit, um, take a look at the center towards the bottom of the screen. You'll see that I have various everyday angels that are very good to call on, that can work in companionship in conjunction with Raphael. The angel of animal companions, angel of balanced emotions, the angel of divine intervention, angel of physical strength, the angel of recovery, the angel of sound sleep, the angel of transformation, and of course, your guardian angel. So these are all everyday angels for everyday living. You don't have to know anything other than their primary purpose, like divine intervention or sound sleep. And those angels are really good for working with Raphael. Now, now you see also another one of those brass statues that I put in here purposefully because you can see the staff has the caduceus around there, and that's a healing vibration. And that also his um, staff, the other staff on his other hand, that's actually like a snake, which has to do with transformation and healing. So I think it's a very cool portrayal to remind you of what Archangel Raphael does or what he's good for. So we'll start with chrysocolla, which is all about finding balance. And chrysocolla is also known as Peruvian turquoise. It's a blue and green stone that forms from azurite and malachite, becoming chrysocolla. And this is very good for calming inflammations and healing, especially emotions, and emotions that had to do with abuse, especially too. Green aventurine is good every which way that you can think about it. It's a beautiful, helpful gemstone for good luck, prosperity, abundance, like all that is good, much like jade. Jade also is too, which I think is on the next slide. But as you can see, that green aventurine's key phrase is as luck would have it. So luck is your belief system. You believe in luck, believe you are fortunate, believe you are lucky when you hold these stones. So, you know, let me say that you can um, do it without the crystals. But if you want the crystal as a reminder, as an amulet to amplify your intentions, to bring a closer connection with the divine, and in this case, Raphael, you can also use seraphinite. So I'm sorry that I thought I went through and fixed all the little drops here. Seraphinite, you can see the E drop down. So you'll see that, I guess, now throughout the whole presentation, but look at the stone and not to worry about the little words. So seraphinite is a kind of a rare stone. It's a little bit more expensive, just so you know in advance. If you go to your local store and find it, it will be a little bit pricey. Um, Holy connections inside and out. So that's kind of like these key phrases are to help you understand what the stone is good for. So this is about aligning with the seraphim, the angelic seraphim, and also that you have the holy connections, these divine connections inside you as well as around you. Malachite, as you can see here, is a key phrase is bullseye. Malachite helps you get to the point, the source of the issue. And then once you know what the source of the issue is, you can heal that issue, right? I think so. It's awareness is the key to self-healing and personal development and forward movement. And then moldavite. So I don't work with moldavite all that much because it kind of makes me a little bit, jittery. But moldavite is a stone that is actually glass that was created. It's a tektite. It's created because of a meteorite that hit the earth in the Czech Republic. And when that meteorite hit the earth, it made this natural glass that was naturally ended up occurring. So it's moldavite is helpful for you to get out of this world realizations or sudden impact of awareness because the stone was created or the glass was created because of a sudden impact. So I think that's a great way to look at that. Now, other gemstones that are helpful for working with Raphael are emerald. And emerald is very good for bringing more abundance. And that's abundance on all levels, abundance of good health, abundance of food, an abundance of peace and calm. Because if we're healthy, we can feel peace. If we feel peace, we can be healthy. So green moss agate, the key phrase is mountain air, and you can see that picture shows you that there's fern or moss growing inside the stone. And when we hold that up to the light and look through it, it also helps us get a new perspective or a different way of looking at things. It reminds you, I need to shift my perspective on how I'm looking at something. This is one of my cards from my Crystal Intentions Oracle, and this is green tourmaline, which is all about love, luck, health, wealth, success, and abundance. It's all about abundance. And green tourmaline is also a bit of a pricey stone, but you can sometimes find it in a nice piece of jewelry. So here we have the petition for Archangel Raphael. And this is a direct excerpt out of the book, The Essential Guide to Archangels and Saints. I have to say that also because this is copyrighted material in my book. So here we go. And so I like this picture over here on the left. I want to point it out. Here it portrays Tobias as a little boy, and that Archangel Raphael takes him by the hand to protect him. I think that's sweet. Portrayed in all different ways. Okay, so let's focus on our heart. Oh, Archangel Raphael, help me to release subconscious fears and the associated stress. Guide me to relax the mind and body enough to let go of negative thoughts related to fears, phobias, and obsessions. Please guide me in being aware of the actions I need to take every day to be healthy. Help me to think positively and feel great gratitude for my life to boost my immune system. Now, I want to pause here. So, it's great to think positively to boost your immune system, but think positively and feel gratitude, and it will automatically boost your immune system. So now it's not like the overall intention or underlying intention is just to boost the immune system. It's also because the more that we have good, positive thoughts, positive energy, and gratitude for every little aspect of our life, the healthier and happier we'll always be all the days of our lives. So help me to think positively and feel gratitude for my life to boost my immune system. I want to eat correctly and exercise regularly. Inspire me to eat foods that are perfect for my body type. Show me ways to balance my work and playtime to feel emotionally and mentally fulfilled. Thank you. So the affirmation, these are the positive thoughts you can repeat again and again. You can put it on a Post-it note. You can put it on little index cards. You can have it as a series of positive thoughts to open up. When you open up my books, you can do this too. You open to, you know, a magic book and you open to an affirmation. Here, there's one. I am energetic and vibrant. I shine my light brightly. I won't go into that. I'll stay here. So affirmation, I take the time to rest, regroup, and rejuvenate. I allow myself to relax and do nothing. I regularly experience deep healing and restorative meditations. Guided imagery escorts me toward peace, goodness, and well-being. It's easy for me to quiet my mind. I give myself permission to stop doing and just be. So that affirmation is a really important one for me because I pretty much work a lot. But I love what I do, so that helps a lot. But that's a little bit of an excuse. I need to do nothing. So here we go, Archangel Gabriel. So Gabriel, Gabrielle. So I have a tendency to say Archangel Gabriel. Oh, I see a typo. Ignore it. So archangels, again, are androgynous. They're not masculine, they're not feminine, they're not human looking. They are actually beings of light. We will make them have more of a feminine vibe or a masculine vibe because that's what we'll be comfortable with, and that's why that is. This is the picture of the Annunciation. You can see the Holy Spirit descending on Mother Mary, telling her she's in God. That's Archangel Gabriel telling her she's pregnant. And Archangel Gabriel also appeared to Saint Anne and Joachim separately, one husband and the wife, to tell them they would bear a child who must be dedicated to God, and that was Mother Mary. Saint Anne is the grandmother of Jesus and the mother of Mother Mary. So I went ahead and I put the Annunciation because it's succinct, it brings the information to you. So I am going to read this to you now. In the 6th month, the Archangel Gabriel was sent by God to a town in Galilee called Nazareth to a virgin engaged to a man whose name was Joseph of the house of David. The virgin's name was Mary, and he came to her and said, "Greetings, favored one, the Lord is with you." But she was perplexed in his words and pondered what sort of greeting this might be. The angel said, "Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God, and now you will conceive in your womb and bear a son, and you will name him Jesus. He will be great, and he will be called the Son of the Most High, and the Lord God will give him the throne of his ancestor David. He will reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there will be no end." So Joseph was going to dismiss Mother Mary because she was pregnant. But thank goodness, Gabriel appeared, the same archangel, Gabriel, appeared to Joseph and explained the situation. And thank goodness, Joseph received it. Often the appearances were in the dream time. Sometimes they were apparitions, and sometimes they were in the dreams. In this case, I believe this was actually it might have been a dream for Joseph. So because Archangel Gabriel, notice I keep changing between Gabriel and Gabrielle. I hope it's not making you crazy. Because Archangel Gabriel was met with so many different prophets and brought so much information to so many different people. He was like he's the divine oracle. He's the messenger angel. And so he spent a period of time on earth. He dictated the Quran to Muhammad. He is the one that we can go to ask for intuition. I also like to do teachings and share information based on earth-centered spirituality, and understanding. And I've trained with many Native American medicine men and women. And this is Archangel Gabriel. It to me is the energy of the west doorway of a medicine wheel, if you know what I'm referring to. But basically, it's the place where we go inside ourselves to know the truth. We can go into the great void, the great mystery, and allow for this divine wisdom to come through our consciousness, through inspiration, through guidance, through our dreaming, waking dreams and sleeping dreams, visions that we might call for a vision to come to us. And then it used this Archangel Gabriel, to help with interpreting the dreams or to tap into your intuition and have that inner knowing. I remember years ago, I had a clear message that Archangel Gabriel is going to blow a horn to clear out your ears, meaning the spiritual ears, so you can hear the messages from the divine and understand the messages of the divine. Now, on another note, Archangel Gabriel, because he is associated with the Annunciation and for other reasons as well, he's the angel of childbirth. the angel also of communication, which makes sense because he's the communication and messenger. Angel of divine remembrance, remembering who we truly are. And also, of course, the angel of intuition. Um, I did want to go back, and he's also the patron of authors, which I appreciate. I'm an author. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel. Children, expectant mothers, parents loss, publishers, and unborn children. So there's, I believe it is Archangel Gabriel that is the one that will seal the lips of a child before it is born. And that's why we have this little indentation as the legend goes to so that the baby doesn't will seal in all the wisdom, and then when it comes doesn't come with it quiets them so they can't say what they remember necessarily when they were in the heavenly realm. Some children come through and they remember their past lives even. So, with Archangel Gabriel, I believe this ammonite is the epitome of a perfect example because it's spiraling into the center of our consciousness to understand and know information. This is an ancient fossil. It is, like, as you can see, in the Nautilus shape, but it always makes me want to sing a song, which I am going to sing to you. So, as you take a deep breath and focus on your heart, spiraling into the center of a dream. Spiraling into the center of a dream. We are the dreamers, we are the woven one. We are the dreamers, we are the dream. We are the weavers, we are the woven one. We are the dreamers, we are the dream. So here we have the information that we dream the information, we are the information. We create the dream, we weave the dream, we weave and create our own reality. So you can work with Archangel Gabriel for those reasons and much, much more. Apophyllite, as you can see down here on the bottom left, apophyllite is the gemstone that comes from Pune, India, and it's clear like clear quartz, but it has a different structure to it. And this one helps you tap into the Akashic records and universal wisdom. Diamond, which I didn't write about in my book, The Essential Guide to Crystals, Minerals, and Stones, but diamond matches up with Archangel Gabriel as well, as does scolasite. And scolasite, you can see this picture actually looks like it could be like an angel wing within a stone. Herkimer diamonds, concrete manifestations. So Herkimer diamonds are really helpful for remembering dreams, for dreaming and for mental clarity, but also to bring forth and manifest what we want into manifest what we want to bring forth into manifest reality, which also has to do with giving birth to ideas, giving birth to inspiration, which is part of Archangel Gabriel's point and purpose. Notice I have selenite on here again for divine connections because it is very much a stone to help you with aligning with the divine, which is what Archangel Gabriel has done as well. So other stones that are really great for working with Gabriel are amethyst, and I'm going over here, this purple stone here on the left of the screen, sodalite, which we already talked about, peaceful, intuitive, lapis lazuli for getting your intuition aligned up. This is a sapphire for loyalty and awareness of the wisdom that you carry within you. Iolite, a similar vibration. This is an iolite angel. It's similar vibration as the energy of a sapphire, which has to do with loyalty and faithfulness. This is a piece of aquamarine, which is about communication and the ability to express yourself, which is what Archangel Gabriel helps us with. And this one up here, this cluster is celestite or celestite, Everybody says it a little differently, and that is for communication with the angelic realm. So if you wanted to be more in communication with all the angels and saints, or the divine, we can call it that way, I would work with the pastel light blue gemstones the most, and also ask Gabrielle to be your guide, to guide you, and show you the way to put light on your path so you can communicate with the angels. Now, also very heart-centered are these is kunzite and dambarite. So kunzite on the left here is all about miracles and love. And you think about the Annunciation and the situation of Mother Mary and being pregnant and not married. And that is what we talk in miracles and love there. So that very much associates with Gabriel. And then, of course, Danbury, which has to do with harmony and happiness and good relationships, a happy marriage. And Joseph, associated with Gabriel, is very much a saint. Saint Joseph is very much a saint that can help you with connecting with your divine partner or improving your connection with your divine partner. And here is a beautiful prayer for us to focus on. Oh, Archangel Gabriel, or Gabriel, open my ears, heart, and consciousness to recognize the messages and guidance constantly flowing into my life. Help me to pay attention to my dreams or to be able to derive the insights received while in the sleep state. Aid me with my meditation work and inner journeys to truly fulfill visions and integrate the truth into my life. Activate a strong spiritual connection with the divine. Thank you. Now, I want to talk about this sentence here, or this section. Help me pay attention to my dreams or be able to derive the insights received while in the sleep state. So I haven't been remembering my dreams much. For years now, I used to remember my dreams, write them down, analyze them, interpret them, etc. But what I do now, what I find is that if I need to know an answer to something, I will make it my intention before I fall asleep that I will gain insight or inspiration when I wake up. I'll know. I'll just know. I don't have to interpret a dream. I don't have to, it will just be. And it's so powerful to have that tool in your toolbox, in your spiritual toolbox, to help you in your life, in your daily life. A lot of my of the titles of books that I've written, which works because Archangel Gabriel is also associated with authors and publishing houses, and because of communication, it has to do with communicating and bringing forth information and sharing it. So, like for example, I woke up with the title animal animal totems in the gemstone kingdom. That was it, and it literally is the title of one of my books, and also one of my decks, animal totems in the gemstone kingdom. And I got up, I trusted my guidance that I received in the dream time. I typed an email to my publishers, both of them, because I didn't know who might be interested. And they one of them, the one that answered me first and was very interested, I went with. And I was very amazed that they actually kept the title that I got in the dream time. They hardly ever does the working title become the title of a book, just so you know, a little background information from the publishing world here. It's just like you get a working title, this is the main gist of the book, and then you write the book, and after the book is written, then you come up with what the title really is. But in this case, it was the same. I love it. And I've gotten others. And when I get those inspirations from the divine, from waking up from the sleeping state, I grab an index card, and I do have them up here, some ideas of things, and they become manifest reality. So I love it. You can do it. We all can do it. So the affirmation for Archangel Gabriel is, I ask the angels for help or divine intervention when I need it. I hear, see, notice, and understand the messages from the angels. I receive messages every day in every way. I interpret the signs from above with great accuracy. Guidance and inspiration from my angels and other spirit guides come to me moment by moment. Awesome. Thank you, Gabriel. And now we move to Archangel Uriel. So Archangel Uriel, the fire of God or the light of God, is a great angel to work with that has to do that can bring in blessings and prosperity and abundance. So likewise, the angel of good fortune from the essential guide from everyday angels, the everyday angel of good fortune, is a perfect companion angel with Uriel. Uriel's light color is golden yellow energy, and that's therefore the slide is portraying that for you as well. It's a Uriel was part was channeled in a book I read many years ago. I'm not sure if it's in print anymore, but it's coming to mind now. So it was called The Descent of the Dove. And it was at least a chapter, if not the book. I can't recall. It was many years ago, like in the early 1990s, that it was all about Uriel saying how important it is that we need to be planetary stewards. We need to be stewards of the planet, and that our atmosphere, our oxygen that we breathe, what we breathe, those are the trees, the bushes, the plants are our mammoth breathing machine. And it's our responsibility as humans here on planet Earth, we're responsible for taking care of this planet. And we each have to find what way we do it. I do it through making sure I recycle and compost everything, and food goes to the animals, and instead of in the garbage if there's leftovers, things of that nature, to allow the repaying back to the planet and to honor Mother Earth as well. So I wrote some bullet points here that I didn't want to forget here about Uriel. You can call on Uriel if you want to ask for visitations from loved ones on the other side, specifically during the sleep time. So this Uriel is connected with the ancestors, the energy of the wisdom of our ancestors. You can call on Archangel Uriel to increase light within and around you, attracting golden blessings sparkling around you. So this is a beautiful thing you can do for yourself, is to imagine that you are within a beautiful cocoon of white light, and that you want golden blessings sparkling in your energy field. And what this does is not only connect you with Uriel, but it also connects you with the divine nature of being a spiritual being, and that you're pulling on the energy of the light within you to somehow shine through and radiate when you interact with other people, and just to have around your own field, being a healthier person, being in your own field. So another aspect of Uriel is to increase the frequency of aha moments, those moments where you have this, oh, I realize now, this makes sense, that makes sense. Now I understand how this all fits together. Uriel is great to shine light on ideas. And this is the archangel you call on. And there's a couple more. I think Thoriel is another one, to help you in times of storms, like here in South Florida, which is where I am in Southern Florida, Southeast. Um, we get hurricanes here. So Uriel is called on Joel during hurricane season, basically from May 15th to November 15th. We want Uriel watching over us over here. So whether it's hail, fire, thunder, hurricanes, volcanoes, or earthquakes, you call on Uriel to help you. And all the archangels can help you with dreams and visions and for amplified intuition. So some of the other everyday angels, the angel of inner peace, the angel of intuition, mental strength, the angel of opportunity, and the angel of repentance, to repent and, embrace and realize. So it was Uriel was the one that told Noah that the flood was coming. Uriel was a guide for Enoch, who went to the heavenly realm. I mentioned that earlier. And became Metatron when he came back down. So Enoch was a scribe. It was divine scribe. And so they very much partnered together, Uriel and Archangel Uriel and Metatron, originally known as Enoch. So here are some beautiful stones to work with. So with copper, the golden or copper vibration, the glow, that's to help with to be a conduit. Copper is a great conduit, literally. Pyrite for golden opportunities and bringing abundance. You can call on Uriel for abundance and prosperity for sure. Sunstone to let the sun shine in. So this is a great stone to remind you to see the shimmer, see the light within yourself, because when you take that, see that this angel here, and if you are holding that in your hand and move it in your hand back and forth, you could get those flecks to sparkle, and it helps you remind you, oh yeah, I have those flecks in my energy field too, and I'm surrounded with golden blessings and well-being. Now, yellow stones in general are beneficial for working with Uriel. So yellow jasper and bumblebee jasper for inner strength. Mukite comes in a number of colors. So you could work with any color mukite, but more specifically the yellow mukite, which is basically yellow jasper that comes from a very specific region in Australia. A golden calcite to raise your energy of the golden light that you shine and shimmer, and also to help you connect with Uriel and connect with that golden ray that he is. And I say he, so let me say that they are is the right way to say that, because they're androgynous. And ruby. Ruby is very good for vitality, for having passion, for taking action, for doing what needs to be done. And so that's a very good stone to work with Archangel Uriel. So this is on the left side is just a little snippet out of the Essential Guide to Crystals, Minerals, and Stones. And here we have the golden topaz is a beautiful stone to work with Uriel. The key phrase is shining star. The color is yellow. The chakra associated with the solar plexus, which is the yellow colored chakra. The planets associations are Jupiter, which is benefic, very beneficial, and the sun, which is the luminary that shines a light on all of us. It resonates on a numerological level to the number 1, new beginnings. Element is fire because he has the fiery energy. And we're going to go back here. Oopsie. That picture, see that fiery energy. Look at this, previous and previous, and you get a sneak peek. I want to go back to this because I want to show you, see how this brass this metallic statue is. Notice that this energy, this is fire here up in his one hand, and this almost looks like a ball of light to me as well. And he looks like he's standing on fire too. So I just wanted to point that out. So we had a good time going through some slides that we're not up to yet, but that's okay. They're all beautiful, right? So the Mohs scale, it tells in regard to gemstones, is what the hardness of the stone, and it's a scale. 8 is pretty hard. And the astrological signs for gold and topaz specifically are Sagittarius and Leo. So that also you got to see a little bit of a little segment of what that book looks like. And then from my Crystal Intentions Oracle Guidebook, I pulled the garnet just to do it a little different for you, a little switch up. So garnet is a perfect stone to increase self-motivation. It carries a vibration of passion and determination, so it helps you to follow through on your goals. Garnet is a good stone to work with when you're on the process of manifesting. Those are all in alignment with what Archangel Uriel is all about. Passion for living and taking action. And as a planetary steward, some gemstones that would be beneficial to work with are green moss agate. And you can see that this picture of green moss agate, also you can see like the moss growing in the stone. I just think it's such a beautiful gemstone. Tree agate, which is those dendrites going through there, that green. This is all helping you remember, oh yeah, I need to make sure that I take care of planet Earth. What am I going to do? How am I going to help be part of the solution? Rainforest jasper. Well, part of it has to do with the name rainforest, but also these orbs and the green, the depth of green are a perfect reminder to carry around to remember to take care of this planet. So, Archangel Uriel petition. Oh, Archangel Uriel, we're focusing on our hearts. Light my path to show me the way to selfless service. Help me to maneuver through life with clarity, intuition, wisdom, and understanding. Transform my fears and replace them with wisdom. Inspire me with practical solutions to challenges and ideas that bring goodness and prosperity to all people. Open a channel for divine inspiration and show me my life path. Illuminate my life to be the best that I can be. Thank you. And like transform my fears and replace them with wisdom. Okay, so the affirmation, I was absorbing that. Even though I wrote it, I get all these teachings are as for me as well as for you. It's a constant reminder, a constant path work. So the affirmation for Uriel is spiritual affluence is mine. I am aligned with the divine plan. My ancestors direct me on my path every day. I am grateful for the knowledge they impart to me. I am blessed with wisdom, knowledge, and prosperity. Financial abundance is mine. I hear and heed the messages from the divine. I am a miracle worker. I release the past and move forward with love. I see and know the bigger picture. Everything always works out. So you can use any one of those sentences for a day, just one sentence, and use it for the whole day. And that's true with any and all of the affirmations that I've offered to you here to consider, to use in your life, to think good thoughts and think positive energy, and it will bring it to you. And so will those beautiful archangels. And look at that, 8:57. Here we are. So, in case you didn't know, these are my books. See, here's the animal totems in the gemstone kingdom that I was referring to, that I mentioned. And then I ended up making a matching gemstone deck, Animal Allies and Gemstone Guardians cards as well. That's the one that I got in the dream time. That was fun. And so I wrote Chakra Awakening was my first book. Color Your Life with Crystals is for young readers. I wrote this, it's a chakra awakening for children, ages 7 to 12 years old. Although many adults are loving that book. I've had a lot of adults use that one. The Essential Guide to Crystals, Minerals, and Stones, The Essential Guide to Aromatherapy and Vibrational Healing. I'm an aromatherapist, and here are 4 of my sprays. I have over 65. I think about 65, I should say, of blends that have to do with the divine energy and to bring blessings, but also very generic kinds like calm to calm your nerves and things of that nature. So Animal Totems in the Gemstone Kingdom, Crystals Beyond Beginners, and that's going out of print so I have those at half price right now on my website. The Essential Guide to Everyday Angels and the Essential Guide to Archangels and Saints. That's the one we were talking about, and a lot of what this program is about. And then my decks, the Angels and Gemstone Guardians cards, all of my decks are two-sided. And not all of them come with a booklet, some of them do. But you can see that one side has the picture and such of the gemstone and things to contemplate and divine guidance. And the other side has the affirmation and the matching angel that's associated with it. And so everything's on the card. You don't have to read, you don't have to look for books, you don't need to look it up. So those are my other decks. And then coming in September, Llewellyn's Little Book of Crystals, all written, all in print, except not ready for public consumption. It comes out September 8th, 2025. So it is available for pre-order. You can get it on my website, margaretannlembo.com. So that's pretty much everything I have to share with you. I hope you learned something that you didn't know and that you found something that can help you in your life. So I would go ahead and stop my screen share and bring on, and here she is, Miss Brooke.
Hi, thank you so much, Margaret Ann. That was awesome. I actually, while you were talking about it, I have some of your sprays too. They're
Yay.
amazing. Um, so it looks like we do have a couple of questions for our friends who don't know. If you have something to ask Margaret Ann, you can just type it in the little question and answer box at the bottom of your screen, and I can read it to her for you. So the first question is, how exactly do you recommend using crystals as we pray or meditate? Do you hold them? Do you visualize your energy running through them? Any guidance is welcomed.
So what I do recommend that you just hold them in your hand and then form the intention that that crystal is for a specific purpose. I don't necessarily think that the energy is running through them, but that's not a bad idea. I mean, that's, follow your intuition. You know what to do on some level, right? I think so. So I like to keep them in my vision, hold them in my hand, or wear them in jewelry. So you can wear it and then wear your intention, which is a great way to do it.
Perfect. The next question asks, what is Gabriel's color?
Ah, good point. Red. Red is the ray that Gabriel comes in on. Thank you for that.
It looks like we have two comments. One says, love seeing you again. Saw you at a Casey Foundation retreat in January.
Yay.
And another one says, thank you for the very informative webinar. And then another question here says, will crystals work if I give to a friend and they don't know the intention behind it?
Well, little sneaky thing there going on, huh? Well, it's not necessarily sneaky, it's love. So, yes, and mostly because you're holding an intention, I'm giving that stone to them so that can help them feel more love or have more prosperity or whatever it is. And then you have to decide if you feel comfortable to tell them why you want them to have it. That's really good because then they'll associate it. And it's more powerful if the person associates the intention with the gemstone. So it will work, but it's more powerful if you inform the person why you want to give them the stone.
Perfect. The next question says, how can we best tune into and recognize our own guardian angel? It says, thank
Mm.
you and blessings.
Aw, thank you and blessings. So for me, I like to visualize and that I feel that I'm feeling a presence. Like I that's my way of tuning into my guardian angel. Sometimes I even visualize, that picture that I showed you where the guardian angel's watching over the child while they're sleeping. Sometimes I bring that vision, that visual to my mind, that visualization that this guardian angel is just literally just watching over me and listening to every thought I have. The other thing is, if you have you ever seen the movie City of Angels with Nicolas Cage? It's so cool. So I highly recommend if you haven't seen it, but and if you want to rewatch it too. And the thing that's cool about that is it helps you realize that they're right here just listening. They're not doing anything. They're just waiting to hear what your thoughts are and to feel help send comfort. So that sometimes will bring that to mind as well.
Awesome. Is there an ideal overall gemstone for meditation, or should you go specific?
Um, there are so many that would be beneficial. So clear quartz is my first go-to because it holds the full spectrum of light and has all the colors of the rainbow, and it's highly programmable. It's one of the most easily programmable, which is even proven scientifically by Marcel Vogel many years ago as well. So I would go with that first and foremost if I had to pick one.
I love the clear quartz. The next one says, a reader once told me that I had too many crystals and that I should put them all away and just have one out at a time. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree. Sorry, reader, I don't agree. So if you could see my desk, I have, I would say easily 40 different types of crystals right here underneath my monitor. And then around the house, and my life is so many, like on this windowsill here, everything, they're behind me. There's even some illuminated behind me. So the reason I'm pointing that out is because I live a good life. I live a happy life. I live a blessed life, and nothing is hurting me by having too many crystals. Now I'll be a Libra, and on the flip side, maybe she's thinking that maybe the reader thought maybe you were too distracted. So I don't know what the context of the conversation was, and maybe that was like, well, maybe work with one at a time, and maybe you'll find better results, that's potentially true, but I don't know that you have to put them away. Maybe just work with one at a time.
Okay. Which book were you referencing with the prayers you posted?
Oh, okay, yes, that was specifically from, and that was why I kept putting the picture too, because it is copyrighted. It's from the Essential Guide to Archangels and Saints, and they do carry this at the A.R.E bookstore, the gift store. It's over there. I know for a fact that I don't think they sent them all back because you had them in January. So it's the Essential Guide to Archangels and Saints, and it's available at all anywhere your favorite bookstore is.
Perfect. Somebody just threw up a comment, yay. The next question, when using Celestite, is this gem used to communicate with the angelic realm through Gabriel, or can you use with other angels as well?
All the angel, and even humans. It's a really great stone for communication. It's a throat chakra stone.
Do angels and archangels help everyone and anyone?
Yes, they do. There is no I can't help you because no, they can help anybody regardless of their faith, regardless of their religious persuasion or philosophies. If they want help from an archangel or an angel or a saint, deity, it doesn't even have to be the ones we're talking about. It could be Hindu or Buddhist, everybody helps everybody.
I love that. I love knowing that. Next question asks, are any of the books in digital format?
They're all available. The books are all available as or not audio, digital. They're all ebooks. Now, because they just took Crystals Beyond Beginners out of print, that ebook might not be available anymore because I didn't take it back over again yet. So I might redo that. It's still a great book. That's just, there's numbers that publishing houses have to have. Thank goodness all the rest are still doing great.
Good. Is there an archangel to help with animals specifically?
Yeah, I like to work with Archangel Duriel and Uriel. As you notice, I had animals on that slide. And also you can call on St. Francis of Assisi. He's very much all about working with the angel animals. You know who else is coming to mind? Muriel. I think Archangel Muriel, Muriel. And that's also a good archangel for dealing with emotions too.
Okay. This one asks, I read on an old book many years ago that to make physical contact with an archangel, you need to wear their color. For example, green for Raphael, on a Sunday morning before the dawn's sunlight breaks. Is this true?
So I don't know how do you make physical, I don't know if it's true or not. I can't say no, but I'm not familiar with that. But it doesn't ever hurt anybody if you wanted to dress like, just like I'm wearing Michael's color purposefully. And ironically, by coincidence, so is Brooke, the cobalt blue. Um, but I don't know that it has to be at the break of dawn. And I don't think I don't know how you make physical because they're not physical, they're etheric. So hopefully that answered that.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Okay.
Um, is there a specific affirmation to tap into loved ones on the other side? following up on what you shared with making an affirmation when you're going into your sleep state.
I would like make it keep it very simple, like just like you were talking to a friend. It's like, I make it more like a request than an affirmation. Like I'm well, you could make it an affirmation. I'm grateful in advance for the messages from my ancestors that I'm going to receive. Maybe you'll say specifically who. I'm so grateful in advance that I'm going to hear from mom in my dream time tonight. I look forward to hearing messages, mom, something like that. And you could say this telepathically, or you can even write down your question or requests in your book, a journal, a night side pad or journal, and a pen. If you're trying to connect with your dreams, is really helpful. On some level, it communicates with your dream self that, oh yeah, I'm dreaming and I'm going to remember it.
Definitely. This one asks, what do you recommend for protection from and help with malicious narcissists?
Yeah, stay away as much as possible. Stay away. Um, yeah, so the gemstones, I will Archangel Michael, Archangel Jehudiel, those two combined together are great for protecting from any kind of negative vibration. And like my favorite for protection is black tourmaline. But you could also use hematite, black onyx, black obsidian, shungite.
Perfect. This one asks, does selenite cleanse other crystals?
Yeah, so a lot of people like to use that as a cleanser and also as a recharger. So you can get like a selenite log, or you could get a selenite plate. In my store we have selenite in so many forms, and most of it is for people who want to recharge, clear and recharge their crystals or anything. It can recharge anything.
Excellent. I have two more questions here. This one asks, there is a serious no-nonsense feeling with Michael the Archangel in the Casey readings. What was behind this, and am I missing interpreting the readings?
I have no idea. I have to be honest. So what could you say that again slower? So and I don't know the Edgar Casey reading in that regard, but tell me what the question one more time.
Okay, the question asks, there is a serious no-nonsense feeling with Michael the Archangel in the Casey readings. What was behind this, or am I misinterpreting the readings?
So yeah, Michael is, he is very serious. He's a warrior. He's in charge of legions of all these divine beings. So I could see that makes sense to me. I don't know that particular reading, but he is. I agree. He's no nonsense, and he is very much. It's not that he's not warm and comforting as well, but he is very much down to business. Let's take care of this. Yeah, warrior.
Perfect. This one asks, Margaret Ann, can you recommend a good website for affordable and quality gemstone crystals? They're all so beautiful and can feel the love vibration from them. They're all so inspiring.
This one sounds almost like a plug. It's not. So the website that I would recommend is thecrystalgarden.com, my website.
Of
We are
course.
very affordable. My customers tell me all the time that they're always so impressed at the great prices we have, and they are infused with love. When people come into my store, they're like, "Oh my gosh, the vibration is so high in here. I feel the love. I feel so much better." So thecrystalgarden.com.
Excellent. I don't think that was a plug. I think that was the perfect question to end our beautiful webinar this evening.
Thank you.
We are out of time. And so I just wanted to thank you again for this wonderful webinar. And
Thank
then I
you.
wanted to thank all of our attendees for joining this evening. And also to let you know, for more information about being one of our amazing A.R.E members and the benefits that come with that, or to register for one of our exciting fall conferences, trainings, or workshops, be sure and visit edgarcasey.org, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, Margaret Ann.